Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Paulding County Planning Commission October session. At this time, I would ask if you have any audible devices to please turn them off or to silence so they don't interrupt the proceedings. We're going to move forward. I think we're only missing one member, and that's Jacob Wicks. He can join us if he does come in. We're going to review the minutes at this time. So has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the previous session? Is there any questions or comments or concerns about them? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion on the minutes from the previous session of this body.
I'd like a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Mr. Aston. Second from Ms. Fitzgerald. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0 and 1. Paulding County Planning Commission is a recommending body for the Board of Commissioners and also serves as such for the City of Hiram. Today, all the cases in front of us, I believe, are all for Paulding County. We will hear each application that comes before us. 15 minutes will be allotted to those that wish to speak on behalf of the application. And anybody, the applicant itself and anyone wishing to speak on behalf of the application. And 15 minutes total time will be allotted to those that wish to speak in opposition or may have questions, comments, or concerns. If you end up in a line at the podium, please be mindful of anybody waiting in line behind you that they might have some time to speak their mind as well. Decisions made by the Planning Commission, again, is a recommendation that will be forwarded to the Board of Commissioners meeting. And I'm sorry, remind me the date, I read it, but November 14th at 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Applicant must be present for it to be considered at that meeting as well. Mr. Robinson, I guess we can move forward if you want to introduce the first application.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. First application is 2023-24Z, application by Ronald Craig Wilcox. It's requesting to rezone 5.27 acres from R2 Suburban Residential District to A1 Agricultural District for the purposes of a small hobby farm. Property is located in land lot 1043, District 18, Section 3. It's on the south side of High Shoals Road. The address is 3009 High Shoals Road. It's in Commission Post 4. Staff has recommended approval on this application, and we would note that we've had a mix of opposition calls and responses as well as supportive. And the applicant is present.
If the applicant will please come around, sign in, state your name, address your comments to the chair.
Thank you. Hey guys, I don't know about signing in, but I'm Craig Wilcox. First time I've had to ever do this in my life.
Should be a sign-in log right to your right.
I'm sorry. I'll get it right. But usually I'm speaking to a group of educators and not you guys, but appreciate y'all letting me be here today. I've been living at this address for about 3 years, and if you look at, I want to go from residential to agriculture, and I got a couple reasons. I'll let you know why. I met with Mary Carol Sheffield at the 4-H Center. We have a ton of kids in 4-H and also FFA, but my property's not big enough to have anything like a cow or a hog to show, but I do have enough property there for a goat or a sheep. We've got a lot of kids in our area. I'm the principal at Paulding County High School, and my 4-H feeder is Herschel Jones in South Paulding. A lot of kids that want to get involved agriculturally, but they have nowhere to keep an animal. So I've been speaking to the Georgia Cattlemen and spoke with them their last meeting about some of those guys working with the 4-H and the FFA programs at the schools to have some opportunity to do that. The reason I want to do this is I bought this property. I'm finishing year 30, fixing to retire, need something to do, and I really got tired of cutting grass, and somebody told me to get some goats, but goats, if you had any goats, they only eat leaves and weeds. They eat very little grass. So I really fenced in where number 4 is up there. I fenced in a majority of that side all the way almost to the lake there, just to kind of keep that grass. I'm having to still cut some, but the goats are eating a good bit of it to keep that cut down so it's not an eyesore for the community. I used to own a few cows, and times have changed in Paulding County way back from me and Jim Goodman owned some cows together back in the days, and I know how big an area and how responsible you have to be as a cow owner as well as a livestock owner. I've got goat fence up. I got barbed wire at the bottom. So I've done everything I can to keep the goats in. I've got 4 little old miniature goats and one that guy was going to give away, and I felt sorry for him, and I just told him to throw him in my pen. But they're all female goats. I have no males, have no intentions of having a billy goat. I've got a few chickens, have no roosters. Basically, egg consumption on the eggs, and the goats are just, I reckon, to have as pets. But if you guys would just work with me, it is for the benefit of also kids in Paulding County in the 4-H department. Thank you.
So your intent is to make this available to the kids in 4-H?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Only just for goats or sheep. I don't have enough property to have anything bigger than that.
And do you have a idea about your upper limit as far as the number of animals?
Yeah,
that
I
you
told
might own?
Mary Carroll that I could only entertain 1 to 2 a year. And that would be 1 to 2 goats, and she says nobody shows sheep, so it would be goats. And they've had very few kids showing goats in the past.
Any questions to the applicant from the Planning Commission? Hearing none. Board of Commissioners, any questions to the applicant?
Doesn't goat meat taste pretty good, Brian?
I can say yes.
It would be very few bites because they're little tiny ones.
I love goat.
I had goat milk when I was a kid. That took me to do those when we lived down there. I didn't like it, but it was still warm.
Having no further questions, you can take your seat. You can reserve some of your time for rebuttal if need be.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Is there anyone else here that wishes to speak on behalf of this application? Is there anyone here that wishes to speak in opposition to this application or may have questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, then at this time I will entertain a motion with regard to application 2023-24-Z.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Mr. Henson.
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Leggett. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0 and 1. Again, this will be forwarded to the Board of Commissioners meeting on November 14th at 2 p.m. For it to be considered, you as the applicant must be present. I was remiss in not stating to everyone publicly that if you wish to know the rules for participation in a public meeting, they're on the back table back there. Please take one for some light reading. And Mr. Robinson.
Okay, next application, 2023-27Z, application by Chris Cochran, requesting to rezone 4.05 acres from B1 General Business District to B2 Highway Business District to construct a flex building for office and inventory storage. Property is located in land lot 537, District 3, Section 3. The project site is located on the north side of Seven Hills Connector. It's across from Cedar Crest Boulevard. It's in Commission Post 1. Staff has recommended approval with 5 stipulations, and we have not received any noted opposition on this application.
Sign in, state your name, and begin.
Thank you. Chris Cochran, I'm a member of the North Paulding Development who developed this project. I've been up here before a couple times on this particular deal. It's a 10-acre business park, a 10-lot business park. We have either sold or have under contract 8 of those lots, and the last 2, the 2 remaining lots have no visual road frontage from Seven Hills Connector or Cedar Crest Boulevard. So, in their larger lots, so we're trying to find a better use for these lots. So we've come up with this concept that we think would be good for the area. We've had people reach out wanting this product. So that's the reason for asking for the rezoning, is for that very specific use of having that inventory and the office space in the same building, the flex space. Both of these applications are the exact same scenario.
All right. Well, we'll handle the next one in just a minute. And may be expedited if
Okay.
it's the same outcome. Would ask that you are familiar with the 5 listed stipulations that staff
Yes.
has recommended. You are
Yes.
agreeable to those steps.
We are.
Then at this time, is there any questions to the applicant from the Planning Commission?
Chris, I got a question. Is it, the buildings, are they the type that we see like plumbers, HVAC guys use, where they'll have a roll-up door and then an office like what we had on
Correct.
Cadillac and
That's
stuff
correct.
like that? Okay,
That is the idea, yes.
okay. So that's your users that you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, not specifically for that user, but it is the office person who would need a roll-up door as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the stuff we've seen, like other guys do, Tommy's done over the
Yes.
years, yourself down at
Yes, that's
Cadillac.
correct.
Okay.
And there is no storage component to it. You know, we come before you guys before for a storage building, a climate control building. We are in a no-compete with those guys, so there's no component related to that at all.
Any other questions from the Planning Commission? Board of Commissioners, any questions? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
If you'll bear with me for a moment.
Sure.
Is there anyone else here that wishes to speak on behalf of this application? Hearing none, is there anyone that wishes to speak in opposition to this application or may have questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion with regard to application 2023-27-Z.
I'll make a motion to approve with the 5 listed stipulations.
Second.
I have a motion to approve from Mr. Steele with the 5 listed stipulations and a second from Ms. Fitzgerald. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0 and 1. And for formality's sake, do you want to introduce the last one?
Absolutely. Last application is 2023-28Z, application by Chris Cochran, requesting to rezone 1.945 acres from B1 General Business District to B2 Highway Business District to construct a flex building for office and inventory storage. Property is located in land lot 537, District 3, Section 3. It's also on the north side of Seven Hills Connector, across from Cedar Crest Boulevard. Commission Post 1. The recommendation is approval, again, with, make sure I do, the five printed stipulations. We've had no opposition on this one, and this property coincides with the previous rezoning. It is adjacent to the prior rezoning on the west side.
All right, and you may make comment on this if you would like.
It's just the opposite end of the business park, but the same use and the same reason for asking for the rezoning.
And you are still agreeable to the 5
Yes,
listed
yes,
stipulations?
same.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions to the applicant? Planning Commission? Board of Commissioners, any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here wishing to speak on behalf of this application? Is there anyone here that wishes to speak in opposition to this application or may have questions, comments, or concerns? At this time, I'll entertain a motion with regard to application 2023-28-Z.
I make a motion to approve of the 5 listed stipulations.
Motion to approve by Mr. Aston with the 5 listed stipulations, second by Mr. Henson. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0 and 1. It didn't work this time, Ms. Fitzgerald. We got done. Thank you very much for your time and patience today. Chris, are there any announcements?
Just had one announcement. The next Planning Commission meeting will be November the 28th at 2 o'clock. That is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
So everybody will have been recovered by that time, I would hope. All right. Well, again, thank you very much. Thank you for your attendance, Board of Commissioners. And at this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Leggett made such motions. Do I have a second? Second, Mr. Steele. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0 and 1. Have a wonderful rest of October. Happy Halloween.